Okay, I guess I'm just gonna start now. Alright, so what is good, ladies and gentlemen? Today is September 8th. It's September 8th, 2019. My name is Josh Moxey. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur documenting my journey. And in today's episode of Reflections, it is 61. It was episode 61. And what Reflections is a weekly episode where after I'm done reflecting on my week, I get on camera and I share my highlights of my reflection, what I learned, where I grew, challenges I experienced, what worked, what didn't, etc., in hopes to document my journey to the highest degree and to timestamp my week, and then as well to share my experience and lessons and hope that you can apply them and save time for yourself and all that good shit. It's all about application. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. And actually, before we get into today's episode, a quick context. I was drinking last night. I'm not sure if... I'm not really like mentally up to par as where I usually am, but I'm still pretty good. I'm a little bit tired. Got some fucking tea. Hope that's gonna help. And which I just burned the fucking shit on my tongue on. And we'll see how today goes. What's been on my mind? Content, going faster with it and just caring less. Like as I'm doing my editing right now, just catching up, I am like incredibly behind. I think I'm posting 54 next for content. I'm like a month and a half behind. 25 episodes, I think, last time I checked. And getting there, but I'm just caring less. It's just, nothing really matters as much. The titles, like timestamps, it's whatever. Life goes on. Shit will be found eventually. And when I say shit will be found, I'm talking about my content will eventually be found. Don't need to make everything so fucking perfect. Weddings, as in like, dude, first of all, why the fuck do people, I wouldn't even want to do a wedding. Like, it's just so disinteresting. The amount of time and effort, it's just like, that's been very on my mind this week of like, why do people even do weddings? It's such a ridiculous amount of time and energy and money, so fuck that. Also, I'm just laughing at like vows and speeches, and like a lot of the stuff is really good, but there's also just like a lot of bullshit that people say in their speeches, and it also exposes a lot of limiting beliefs, like bullshit like death do us part. Fuck that. That's such trash. That I'm like super unique. Like, I know that everyone thinks they're super fucking unique. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But for me, I definitely am unique. And if you know me well enough, you know that I am definitely one of a fucking kind. And just thinking about like, as I start my transition into Starbucks and like start my training soon, there's just like a lot of things that I'm doing that I'm just easily just separating myself from the rest. Like I'm actually reading the handbook. I am learning about the history of Starbucks. Just all types of things that I wouldn't expect other people to do. And it's just I'm just really setting myself up for success right now. Feels good. Content catch up, 1000%. I feel like that's my main focus in life right now because I can't start Starbucks training officially yet because my partner ID is still not ready. But yeah, on the road to catching up. Getting there slowly but surely. Key part, slowly. What were my favorite wins? Did a wedding video for my aunt. That came out really well. And of course, my uncle now. And that came out really well. It was really cool to see in person. I fucking made myself tear up in person from it. So that was good. A lot of people cried from it as well. I edited 4 reflections. Did well with that. I had first sip with Starbucks, which was really fucking cool. I got to just jam with Jennifer for, let's say like hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And we went over just a bunch of stuff and like, it was just like the preparation for the job, if you will. And it was really fucking cool. Lots of good stuff in there that I'll probably talk about more throughout the episode. Lots of random things in Notion, just a lot of building still and trying to structure things as well as creating new systems and trying to wrap my head around new ideas and new ways to store things, new databases, all types of stuff like that. I also stopped playing fantasy. It is official. I've been removed from the chat. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I actually decided that I wasn't going to play and I gave my notice, if you will. But it is official. I'm gone from the chat. I am gone from the league. And I will miss fantasy hockey. It is called Town of Balls Deep. Shout out to that name, specifically Saba, who came up with it. And I'll miss fantasy hockey, especially because I built such a wicked team. But it's really about like, what is it adding and what is it taking away? And it was taking away more than it was adding to me. Yes, I will miss my team because I took, like, I had McDavid, Matthews, and Sagan as my forward keepers. It was ridiculous. And then Vass in the back end, like Vasilevsky. And then who else did I have? Like Giordano and like, it was Risto before I decided to punt the team. Anyways, it was fucking good. I built it really fucking well. I had the craziest keepers. And yeah, but I guess where my head is going with this now is like, it was taking up too much time and it was doing me a disservice rather than bringing me joy anymore. So I need to go full in on something. I can't go full in on that. So I just said, fuck it. It's time to fucking go. Yo, another Starbucks related win. I created a manager internal competition, if you will, meaning there was, if you count like the Fairway Road one, that's potentially three managers that wanted to hire me, and Jennifer took the leap and hired me on the spot. Thank God. I'm so excited by that. But anyways, yeah, it's just fucking cool to know that like multiple managers and multiple stores wanted me and there was like a demand for me. That makes me feel so good inside, especially because I was scared I was even gonna get the job. But that's 3 of 4 things that I applied to that wanted me. So that's fucking cool. And I say Fairway Road with the assumption, I don't know 1,000% if they wanted me, but like from what I was talking with, when I was talking to the assistant manager, it looked like I was going to get the job from that little conversation. So anyways, that is just my assumption, though that's not actually fact. The other 2, 1,000% fact. What worked? Being super loving towards people. I love being a good human and like spreading kindness, smiles, laughter, all that good shit. It's so fucking cliche, but it just feels so much nicer to do that rather than like send judgment or disapproval or hate or I don't know. I mean, disapproval has its place, of course, but like just being kind towards people and being genuinely loving just feels so fucking nice. Did a ton of that yesterday as well. And honestly on Monday, and yeah, just like, yeah, it's just nice to be loving towards people. Asking a lot of questions so I don't have to talk. I really don't want to talk about myself many times. My life is just so confusing, it's so out there, and I feel like I'm going to be incredibly judged, and that's just a challenge in itself that I should get the fuck over. But a good way, if you don't want to talk to yourself and if you feel constantly misunderstood and you don't want to worry about that, just ask other people questions. And just keep asking questions and questions and questions and questions, and they will quickly fall in love with you because people just want to talk about themselves anyways. So did a really good job of that inside weddings and inside like family hangouts and other stuff like that. I don't know, it's also just interesting to learn about other people. Like I can't learn if I'm just talking about myself, so it's good to ask questions for just a whole slew of reasons. Being insanely present in conversation. Like I am very there when I'm talking to someone. I am like, my body language is typically facing them. My eye contact is like dialed the fuck in. That's very important to me. And I want to be 100% there when I'm having a conversation with someone, if it's like worthy of that is. But I try to be there as much as possible, and it's always just, it feels really good to do that. Playfully chirping to get out my disgruntles. Like I can get pissed at certain things, but instead of like blowing the fuck up or having like a fucking really intense confrontational discussion, it can just be nicer to just throw out chirps that are just like more casual and hopefully they'll get the hint. It's low-key passive aggressive, but like I just don't feel the need to have an intense conversation every single time. It's much more fun to have humor embedded in the encouraging requests, if you will. Not giving so much of a fuck about calories. Like at the wedding, at my dad's place, like it's just, calories do not matter as much as I used to care about them. Like I'm just trying to estimate. I still am tracking in my fitness pal and I do that every single day still, but it just doesn't matter that much. Like I'll just try to ballpark it. It just doesn't need to be crazy. And I like when I keep things lackadaisy because it's not supposed to be so fucking black and white and intense. It takes the fun out of it. Writing out a shit ton of notes after I got home from first sip. There was too much to write down, but like I captured the main points that I felt. Man, that's the thing. Like I literally want to write every single thing down, but I just do not have enough time in the day, or else I would never stop writing. So, and then I wouldn't be able to live. So it's that balance of like figuring out what to write, what not to write, and that's an ongoing struggle for me. But just writing out as much as possible from that first sip introduction, so that I was able to capture as many lessons as possible and key points as possible. Using people's first names and also remembering their first names just means so much to people if you can remember their name. I don't even care if people remember mine, honestly. These days, I just enjoy the act of remembering theirs, and my memory is getting fucking crazy right now. I'm very grateful for it. Like, take in this. I took a photo of the Starbucks schedule so I could get everyone's name in and start memorizing everyone's name, because it matters so fucking much. Everyone's favorite name or favorite word is their own name. So it's just crucial that you use it. Makes them feel important. Basically from the get-go, asking if I can have time off at the end of October, because like I just need to get this off. And like, obviously it's the most not ideal thing to, oh, by the way, I know I just had first set, but like, can I get a weekend off in 2 months? But I just want to get it ahead of time. Staying loyal to Starbucks. So I got offered unofficially a role in sales, and at the wedding actually. And here's the thing, I'm not money motivated. And I don't think the guy who offered me the job was aware of that. Like I am craft motivated. I am love motivated. Not like, yes, I will make like literally 2, 3, 4 times what I'm making at Starbucks, but it's not about that for me. It really isn't. And plus, I just care about my word. And if I just left Starbucks as soon as I got hired, that's garbage. I don't like that. Going deeper in my incline dumbbell bench press. Fucking great. I love incline dumbbell right now. It's literally, I feel like it's making my chest explode slowly but surely. What didn't work, and how can I improve it? Drank a little bit too much at the wedding. So it wasn't crazy. I wasn't drunk or anything, but I felt like I just had like too many drinks, and I probably should have slowed down a little bit, have a little bit more water type of thing. I was balancing it with Source Energy Medicine, which is gangster. Shout out alcohol transformation. But it would have been beneficial for me to start like I used to do this thing when I would go to house parties. I would keep a tab in my pocket, or not the tab. Actually, I think I would do tab if I had cans as well. But the bottle cap I'd put in my pocket so I could check and just pull out, and I have all the caps there and be like, okay, how many drinks I've had? That many. All right. But now I'd probably have to do that on my phone if I choose to even go this route. But reality is, so yeah. I just wish I drank a little bit less. I'm grateful I wasn't drunk though. I was just buzzing all night. Not owning my role within Starbucks, meaning, and specifically when people ask me like, how's life type of thing, and they end up like digging deeper and trying to ask about career stuff, I feel like I like sell myself short, because like I'm on minimum wage and stuff like that, and it's like, I don't know, but I really just have to start fucking owning the fact that I really want to work at Starbucks, and I really want to be a kick-ass barista, and like I definitely feel like judgment from the world, and it is what it is. Like I'm fucking excited, and that is what matters most. So I definitely have to do some energetic work. Yeah, like I feel like I'm just basically like low key belittling myself in conversation, and I've got to do some energetic work on that 1000%. I've also got to start saying it more proudly and like not give a fuck what people say or if they judge me, and it just doesn't matter if they give me acceptance, awesome. If they give me disapproval, I'm gonna make them fucking eat their words, because, well, usually they don't know shit. So it's good fuel. It's good fuel, or it's good acceptance. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, both are irrelevant. Forgetting to ask Jennifer what the mission and what the core values mean to her. That was one of the questions she asked me, and we didn't like have a ton of questions, but it was just like one of the things she asked was, what are the core values and what does the mission mean? What does that mean to you? And I gave a little quick spiel, but I wish I would have asked her, because like I would have cared to know, and I thought I would have. I do care. I want to know what that means to her, and I wish I would have asked her more questions. I wish we had more time as well, because I do want to get to know her more. I want to get to know her whys and her motives more, and just like understand that better. Because if I can do that, I can make her experience with me even better. Because if you know someone's whys, it just becomes a lot easier to interact with them, to work with them, a million different reasons. So anyways, wish I would have asked her asked her for her opinion on the question she asked me. Didn't meet my quota of things I wanted to post. I am so behind right now, it's fucking mental, and I'm not posting enough. I did edit a lot, which was good, and I'm editing the tough stuff, which is reflections, but I still did not post enough, and excuse me, the actionable is scheduling things in advance, like I've talked about. Just doing fucking getting back to the power list thing. It is on the power list right now. That's why things are getting edited. And carrying less, moving faster, etc. Like, it's always the move. I know the actionables. I just gotta fucking do them. Leaving detailing until late and when I'm fucking tired. Yeah, that's another big part of why things are not getting posted as much right now. I'm just leaving detailing too long into the night, and then I don't have a good enough title, and I'm like, fuck. So anyways, doing it earlier in the day, even first thing right now while I have this opportunity, is a decent idea, I think. Holding back on showing any disapproval or like signs that I don't agree with something. I need to do a better job of learning how to disagree with people in a way that's chill, because I don't agree with everything and I want to challenge people more, and I want to just be more authentically me. Like, I don't have to be happy all the fucking time. I don't have to be accepting all the time of what people are saying. It's like, not, yeah, I just don't think that's the greatest way to live. So as of right now, at least. So what is the actionable here? I don't even fucking know what the actionable is. I have nothing written down. I guess like the actionable is just do the fucking opposite. Allow myself to be that. Give myself that room to be real. Rewrite the rules around kindness, because like I feel like that's heading into nice land. Nice land is not good, meaning you just become fake as fuck if you head into nice land. So fuck that. Anyways, just fucking try to be more real, accept oneself more, give myself more approval internally, all that fucking jazz. And this is completely related. I did not take a big enough stand on these like bold opinions that I have about things like how gross Coke is, my disinterest in MDMA, why I think Starbucks is 1,000% the move for me right now, and just like just completely owning that and embodying that belief. I just want to be more fucking bold, and for some reason I've just been like scared to, and yeah, I've just got to do a better job of holding the tension if there is judgment, accepting rejection and disapproval more, and just being okay with it. It gets easier as time goes on, of course. And just embracing whatever it is. Like, I don't have to fucking try to, yeah, it's just my truth. And I just have to embrace that, is what I'm trying to get at here. Notion being like a complete mess with like some complete, some unfinished, some like just barely even started systems. And I want to, the actionable here is just like to create less of a clusterfuck, move all the unfinished thing to an unfinished area. Like, it's important, because this is a fucking joke right now, how many unfinished pages I have that are just taking up space and confusing me. What were my biggest lessons? Instead of having a dashboard that's just under construction and just a mess in Notion, it's better to take the time to make a second dashboard. Pretty self-explanatory, but if you're trying to make two dashboards, and if you're trying to take your current dashboard and transform it, it's better to, instead of transforming the current one, you just make a second dashboard and then use placeholder text and then drag and drop pages when you feel that dashboard is good enough and ready to go. I remember things when they're visual in nature. I find that I always have some sort of like visual and high intensity emotion, or at least some sort of emotion tied to a memory in order for me to actually remember it. If I cannot, and it's also super important, the picture part of things. If I cannot wrap my head around a concept, I will not remember it. I need to be able to paint a clear picture. I need to be able to connect the dots and make sure it just like fits inside of my mental capacity, if you will, so that I actually 100% remember it. Because when I do access a memory, I'm literally like finding an image and I see it in my mind's eye, if you will. My memory just keeps getting better and better. It's fucking crazy. I'm amazed though right now at how good it's getting, and it just continues to get better every single day. I'm so grateful for that. General questions earn general responses. I am so fucking tired of people asking, how is life? How are you? Like, these shitty fucking questions. I literally just respond with like, good. And then how are you type of thing. Cause like, I have no time to do your, like, answer your shitty fucking question. If you want to ask me something specific, ask me something specific. But until then, I'm just going to answer you generally because you haven't earned the correct answer. Like, you need to ask a good question to get a good answer back. Financially motivated people can put themselves in this stuck area if they don't love what they're doing, but they are getting heavily compensated for something. And they don't, like, for me, like, that doesn't exist because I'm not money motivated. I'm love motivated and like love of the craft, love of the work. That is what motivates me probably the most of anything. And especially, okay, I'm not going to get into it all right now. But anyways, I was talking with a guy at the wedding, and he's financially motivated, and he just keeps getting more and more money with the company that he's at. And he almost like doesn't want to leave because it's just like he's so financially set and motivated and almost like low key getting comfortable. And he's like struggling in his mind to take a pay cut and a whole different other variables as well. But it's just like when you're in that type of place, it's just, I didn't realize how challenging that would be if you are financially motivated, because like for me, I'm just so used to like, I don't give a fuck. I will make money long term. I'll figure it all out. I'll create wealth. And in time being, I'll create some short-term finances. But like, fuck, you've just got to go after what you love. Like, what do you value more? Your happiness, your health, your wealth. Like for me, it goes like definitely happiness at the first and foremost. It's just king. It really just is. And I really hope this guy, he told me, because I was like, yo, like if money didn't exist, what would you do? And he was like, it was like instant. So I'm like, okay, this is actually a legit thing. He's probably thought about this. And yeah, like I really hope he does that, because he seems super fucking unhappy right now. And it's really unfortunate. I hope he figures the shit out. But I was just amazed at how like you can trap yourself so easily if you're financially motivated like that. It's fascinating. Your content can have multiple interests. So I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk keynote this week, and he was just saying like, I've never even considered this. He said, I have wine content, I have garage sale content, I have business content, and I have mindset content. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't even take in that he had 4 different fucking niches within his content. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. Like I can do this with mine. I've got like productivity apps, so like Notion, that type of stuff. I've got music within dubstep. I've got mindset and documenting and all that type of jazz. I've got like how-to videos as well and like life hacking. I just feel so much more relieved knowing that Gary is also willing to go beyond these niches, if you will, and like do multiple niches within his area. It's also 1,000% better if you can tie them together. So like Gary's is all under like the concept of like success and business, if you will. Mine is similar except for music. Music is the only one that doesn't classify under success and growth and all that jazz. But maybe that's just like my fun little thing. I don't know. Anyways, it was just interesting to hear that this week. And of course, energy and energy work. I don't know how I didn't even mention that, but like source energy medicine and non-material source energy medicine and content around that. There's just so many cool things I can be doing with my content going forward. I'm very interested to see how this all ends up in like a decade. Being a genuinely good human and following the fuck up can get you hired. I was talking with Darla, and Darla is such a sweetheart, as I've mentioned in past episodes. But she told me that she knew as soon as I came in that I was like a genuinely good human, that I was super kind and super friendly. Okay, she didn't say the genuinely kind human part, but that's like, or sorry, a genuinely good human, but that's like what my take on what her words were. But it was super sweet, and she like said, as soon as you came in, I was like, I really hope that he gets hired. And she also said like she was really hoping that I'd come back, because most people do not follow up and do not come back. And I came back, and then she said like she passed it off to my resume to Jennifer, obviously. And yeah, I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. But what else was I gonna say there? Yeah, it's just as much being a good human as it is like following the fuck up. A lot of important things happening at the same time. I was also Jennifer's first hire, which I'm fucking excited about. That's super fucking cool. Oh god, I'm way too excited to start. Oh, the taste of coffee is enhanced by a pairing of a snack. So I did my first coffee tasting in the first sip, and like the literal. Yes, we did our literal first sip of the taste test, if you will. And so we had a what was it? It was a medium roast. I think it was Pike Place. Anyways, something like that. And so we had a little. Oh, wait, no, sorry. What did we do first? Sniff, and then sip, and then we had some cookie, some chocolate chip cookie, and then we had another taste, and it was like, whoa. Like the taste between the first sip and the sip after you had some cookie was like 3 times better. I was amazed. I had no idea like some food pairing would transform the taste so deeply. It was amazing. Anyways, there's so much shit I have to learn about coffee, but that was just a cool like intro to this like massive world, and that was just like a nice little starting point in my taste testing and coffee journey, if you will. What challenges did I experience? I was rescheduled on 3 times by one person. Shout out Nicole, love you. You suck at time management this week. Hopefully you're better in the future, though you really suck at following through on Hangouts. I love you though. You're lucky. Yeah, but it did really piss me off at the third, because I was just like, come the fuck on. Like, this is taking up too much of my time now. So that was challenging. I've got to figure out a way where it doesn't piss me off and I'm more like casual in nature, but I'm just like so mentally invested in social hangouts when they're planned, because it does take more mental energy for me, because they're like uncomfortable in nature to be with other people at times and out in public, if you will. So yeah, anyways, just kind of have to figure out something there, but that's not on her, that's on me. I've got to figure out ways to channel my energy more and not have it like piss me off at all, because it shouldn't rationally. Oh, I was fucking pissed this week at mom specifically. We were just like both pissed at each other. I was pissed at her mostly because, well, multiple things, I just don't like how she was treating me, or I didn't like, and I don't like how she treats me in general, but she's doing well the past couple of days, which I'm grateful for. But why was I saying this? Oh yeah, it's just like, it's frustrating that she hasn't at least like applied to a job yet. It's just kind of like in searching mode, but it's fucking crunch time, and she's saying like, you're not gonna like get off your high horse, you're not gonna contribute as much as you think you are. But the reality is, I'm gonna be putting almost like, it's just a shit ton of my financial earnings from Starbucks into our situation, because I'm just saying like, I need way more than what you're making, but like, fuck, well, get off your ass then and fucking do it. I was prepared to get a job whether I liked it or not, and I think that gets missed in all this. And like, I can sit on a high horse right now because I'm giving away my most precious asset, my time. That's why I have a quote unquote high horse right now, and I'm just frustrated with the lack of action around here. Still super unsure of if I should combine content and my journal and plans. And when I say content, I'm talking about my content notes, if you will, and my meeting notes, and like what I should do right now. Should I combine it with the journal? Should I keep it separate? Like, it's just a mess in my mind. I really don't like it. It's a struggle. I don't know why I haven't done a fucking Source Energy Medicine session on it yet, because it's frustrating, to say the least. It's confusing as hell. Resistance to getting the hottest girl in the room. I, for some reason, feel like the hottest girl in the room is not attracted to me, or not even necessarily the hottest girl in the room, just like super fucking hot girls. For some reason, I feel like they're not going to be attracted to me. I don't know why. It's a super bad limiting belief, but I don't know. Like, it's such a strange thing. Like, I feel like they're not sexually attracted to me or some reason. Like, in my brain, my ego tries to convince me of that. It's fucking strange. So I'm just noticing that. It's a big challenge within myself that I absolutely have to fix and confront. Where did I grow the most? Content speed and caring less. Like, this was such a fast reflections. I don't like, yeah. Anyways, I hope it comes out really fucking well, but it is a super fast reflection. I'm down to just go like way faster with the detailing and just caring less about small, little, tiny things. First sip, that was uncomfortable. Like, meaning it was my first time like going in and having a long ass session right there. But feeling much more comfortable after that. The team seems awesome. Like, I was about to say sounds awesome, but I've met them, or I've met at least like 6 of them, something like that. Anyways, I'm feeling much more comfortable though. I felt very welcomed by the team. I was even starting to like banter with them, which was good. I love banter, but yeah, it's good. I'm just excited. There's a lot of random areas I grew, but those seem to be the 2 most. What am I obsessed with right now? Notion systems. I love Notion systems. This is something that I've been talking about for like a month or whatever. I just still fucking love it. It's amazing. I'm trying to just craft like a bunch of different things. Like right now, I've got like a vision system I'm working on. I've got a note system. I'm trying to like figure out, like I was talking about in challenges, like what do I do with like content notes versus meeting notes versus plan. Like there's so many random things that I'm trying to figure out right now within Notion, but I just really fucking want these systems to get good and kick ass. Disciple Alliance Volume 5. It's so fucking good. 10 collabs, and with the 10th being the entire fucking label, which is wicked. But it was really cool because like it was all, usually you've got like, let's go Never Say Die for a second. For example, 20 songs and each by an artist on there, and all solo typically. But like Disciple did a really cool thing where they each had a member of Disciple pair up with another, and they all made a song. It's so fucking sick. Anyways, the entire fucking album is great. The worst song is like a good song. Like that's how fucking good the album is. Very impressed with that. Shout out Ron as well, who works at Disciple. I love you. K9. I fucking love K9 right now. He's so good. And his new Zoom remix for Spaghetti is just delicious. I just love that. And No Games as well. He's on a roll right now. I love it. The bounciness and the heaviness is prime. Okay. And then Leo Trick's High VP is finally out. Leo Trick's Batman Tune. That song is on there, and then like the other 3 are still wicked as well. Like, I love music. I love Batman tunes. Also, a VIP is probably gonna come out soon. What the fuck? Okay, Reflections 61 in the books. That was an interesting episode. Hope you got a lot of value or something like that. And if you got enough value, do me a favor, subscribe, join along in my journey, and comment what your biggest takeaway was. Rate it or like it wherever you are. And without further ado, again, I appreciate you watching and listening. As always, my name is Josh Moxey, and I'll catch you later.